Hello everyone, welcome to Clarity for Sure, an Agri Clarity YouTube channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss the UPSC PYQ questions, that is your civil services examination PYQ questions from the year 2024 and 2025. This lecture is based on the questions that were asked in the UPSC CSC examination from your agriculture and related fields. Okay, so this video becomes very important. Why? Because we have seen the pattern for last 3-4 years that UPSC is focusing more on the core agriculture. That means it is testing about the basics of agriculture majorly. Okay, so for this reason this video becomes very important. This will also help you to strategize your preparation for your upcoming UPSC CSE 2026 examination. Why? Because see, every year around 5 to 6 questions have been asked related to the agriculture and questions related to agriculture, be it environment, infused agriculture, everything. So thus this 5 to 6 questions play a major role for you clearing your prelims examination. Okay, so that is why this video becomes very important. Okay, so without any further delay, let's get started. Now the first question for the day is related to, consider the following statements. India does not import apple from the United States of America. See, it is a very extreme statement. We all know that India have been exporting, apples from United States of America. Even in the year 2024, it imported 16 times larger. Okay, so first statement becomes wrong. In India, the law prohibits the import of genetically modified food without the approval of competent authority. Okay, so it says that in India the law prohibits the import of genetically modified food without the approval of competent authority. Your options are both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, and statement 2 explains statement 1. Okay, second is both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct, but statement 2 does not explain um, statement 1. Statement 1 is correct, but statement 2 is incorrect. Statement 1 is incorrect, but statement 2 is correct. See, this is a kind of assertion and reasoning type of questions which UPSC has started to ask this recently. Okay, with it's like they have been asking this in before years, but for the past 10 years these questions were not there, but now UPSC has started this trend also. So you have to make sure that you are aware, or you are in a position to match both the statements. Okay, now coming to this particular question, the answer for this question is option number D, that is statement 1 is incorrect but statement 2 is correct. So let us see how statement 2 becomes correct. Okay, as per the import policy of genetically modified food and living modified foods, import of GM food requires prior approval. This is an important point. Prior approval from the genetic engineering approval committee constituted by the Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change. Import of foods also regulated under the FSSAI Act of 2006. So in Indian customs can clear these food products including the GM foods only after necessary approval or no objection certificate from the FSSAI. This is an important point. It is not by your GEAC, rather it is by the approval that to be given by the regulated body related to food safety, that is your Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. Okay, so these are all the concepts which you have to be very clear. Rather than the question, if they have given that genetic engineering approval committee's approval required for the import of food, the statement becomes incorrect. Okay, now moving to question number 2. Which of the following countries are well known as the two largest cacao producers in the world? It is talking about the cocoa production. Your options are Algeria and Morocco, Botswana and Namibia, Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana, Madagascar and Mozambique. The answer for this particular question is option C, Cote d'Ivoire and Ghana. Okay, now let us see what a cocoa is. See, cocoa is nothing but it is a bean, where the main ingredient of this bean is chocolate, from where the chocolate or chocolate kind of things are being produced. Okay, it is native to Americas, Okay, and early South American cultures valued this crop a lot. The word cacao comes from the word called cacao. Okay, cacao. Okay, these trees grow best in tropical zones near the equator. Okay, so this is very important. So based on this, you would easily able to eliminate the options for this particular questions, because if you are aware what countries are on the tropical side, temperate side, and on the equator side, you will be able to understand this question. And about 70% of the world cacao comes from the four West African nations: Ivory Coast, Ghana, Nigeria, and Cameroon. This is an important point, and from agriculture point of view also, this is a very important plantation crop, which you will be studying for your NABARD grade A examination, also related to the plantation crops. Okay, plantation crops becomes very important. What is a plantation crop? It is a crop that is being cultivated extensively. Mostly it is for the export or profit purposes. Okay, these are the plantation crops. Okay, so coming to the more mechanization is involved in the plantation crops. Okay, so cacao is very important, and this cacao, the nature of the plant, the region in which this cacao or cocoa are planted becomes very important. Okay, see, this will help you in other exams related to agriculture also. Okay, and question number 3, the organism cicada, froghopper, and pond staker are. This is a very basic question. These are all insects. Okay, so these are all some of the insects that have been that were in news recently. So I have taken this question and put it in the agriculture part. Okay. Next comes, which one of the following is the current description of 100 million farmers? This is a question directly from your current affairs. The answer for this question is option A. It is actually a platform for accelerating the transition towards food and water system that are net zero carbon in nature, positive, and that aims to increase the farmer resilience. Okay. Next question, consider the following: cashew, papaya, and red sanders. How many of the above trees are native to India? It is talking about the trees which are native to India. Your options are only one, only two, all the three, none. See, earlier the pattern was like 1 and 2, only 2 and 3, only 1, only 3, only. Now UPSC has changed this pattern. Why? Because this is evident that the elimination technique became little tough in the year 2024. You barely use this elimination technique in the 2024 paper because of the options that have been given to this particular thing. Okay, so now understanding from, we will try to eliminate from the options. We know red sanders is the crop that is native to India. Okay, so this is correct. So none can never be an answer. When you think about cashew and papaya, you would be knowing that if you have been reading the plantation crops for your agriculture or some exams related to that, we all know that cashew and papaya are not indigenous to India. Okay, so eliminating option 1, option B, and option C, your answer is option number A, only one. Let us see the origin of cashew. See, cashew is native to northeastern Brazil and was introduced to East Africa and India by Portuguese missionaries in the late 16th century. Papaya originated in South Mexico and Costa Rica, with India leading global production. Currently, India is leading the global production of papaya of about 3 million tonnes annually. Red sanders, we know it is native to Andhra Pradesh. It is regulated by the state due to its value and restricted shade. Okay, these are all important aspects when you see about a crop. Okay, and when you, one important point you should note is that most of the crops that are not native to India majorly has been introduced to India by Portuguese only. Most of the crops, whatever crops we are going to see, there were questions in 2025 also related to these crops introduced by Portuguese, or okay, so most of the crops, because we know Portuguese were the first one to come to India, so based on that most of the crops are introduced by Portuguese. Okay, And when you know this, how do you know this red sander? And recently there are many movies. Recently a movie from Telugu also was based on this red sanders only. Okay, so sometimes whatever you are going through in a movie hall, or whatever you are just passing to just a layman reading, would actually help you whenever you read something related to a crop, or a movie related to crop, or some article related to crop, that would be of immense important from the exam point of view. Okay, coming to the next question, consider the following plants: groundnut, horse gram, soybean. How many of the above belong to the pea family? Okay, options are only one, only two, all the three, none. The answer for this question is option number C, that is all the three. All the three belongs to pea family. What is this? It is a first we will see the uh, what is the majority of family that is included in pea. It is known as Fabaceae or Leguminosae. This is an important term. It's a major family of flowering plants including legumes, pears and beans, recognized by their fruits and compound leaves. Okay, peanut, we all know it is a it is a legume, or it belongs to a bean family. Okay, and horse gram, we know it is a legume from tropical southern Asia and belongs to the family of Fabaceae or pea. Okay, soybean is legume plant native to East Asia, and it also belongs to the Fabaceae family. And comment in the comment section below whether peanut belongs to India or not. This is a very important question. Just let me know whether peanut is native to India or not. Okay, now moving to the next question from the year 2025. Consider the following pairs. Plant description: cassava, it is a woody shrub; ginger, herb with pseudostem; Malabar spinach, it says that it has the herbaceous climber; mint, annual shrub; papaya, woody shrub. Okay, so how many of the following pairs are correctly matched? See, seeing this, you could easily eliminate one option, papaya. We know that papaya is not a woody shrub. Why? Because if you see the stem of papaya, it will be soft. It will not be in a woody structure. So eliminate papaya. Now we should select from these three. Okay, only one, only two, only four, or only three. Okay. Now the answer for this particular question is option B, only 3. Okay. Now let us see which of the following pairs is not correctly given. Cassava, we know it is a South American woody shrub cultivated for its starchy roots. Ginger, we know it is an edible rhizome used in cooking as a medicine. The ginger, if you see the structure, it has the pseudostem. It will be like a pseudostaminal structure. Okay. Malabar spinach, it is a climber. It is a very very important crop in the regions of Malabar, especially in Kerala regions. Okay, it is a climber. Okay, mint, we know it is an herbaceous plant. It is not a woody one. Okay, it is if you see the mint plant, you will able to see it is not a woody shrub. Rather, it is a plant. It is a small plant which spreads by the underground rhizomes. Okay, papaya, it is though it is a tree like structure, the stem is very soft, not a woody shrub. Okay, so option number 4 and option number 5 is eliminated. So the answer is only 3: cassava, ginger and Malabar spinach. See, you have to visualize whenever you see a question related to a topic from agriculture or crops. Just visualize that crop, just visualize and compare that to the description that is being given, that has been given in your question paper. If you're going to visualize that, I am sure that you will be at least reaching 90 to 95 percentage of the correct answer. Okay, this is what we call as an educated guess. Okay, now coming to the question number 2, consider the following statements about turmeric during the year 2022-2023. India is the largest producer and exporter of turmeric in the world. More than 30 varieties of turmeric are grown in India. Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu are major turmeric producing states in India? Okay, this is the question. Your options are 1 and 2, 2 and 3, 1 and 3, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, the question is about which of the following is correct. Your answer is option number D. All the statements are correct. Okay, now coming to the explanation of this particular question. It is a very important, turmeric becomes very important for your other agricultural exams as well. Okay. Scientific name Curcuma longa, and turmeric is native to India. That is an important point which you have to note it down. Plant type, it is a perennial herbaceous plant. Parts used, rhizomes are the parts. The turmeric is the rhizomes. Okay. Propagation method, rhizome cuttings. Harvest time 7 to 9 months after planting. Climate warm and humid. Soil, it requires a well drained loamy or alluvial soil. Okay. Processing steps, boiling, drying and polishing of rhizomes. Main active compound curcumin. This has some enormous medicinal property. Okay. Number of varieties of turmeric are more than 30. Major growing states are over 20 states in India. The states where the presence of well drained loamy and or alluvial soil is there, turmeric will grow there. Major producing states Maharashtra, Telangana, Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. Famous growing area is Erode, Tamil Nadu. It is known as the turmeric city of India. And coming to the other aspects related to the export potential, India is the largest producer, consumer and exporter of turmeric. This was your first statement. India's trade share, over 62% of global turmeric trade lies with India. Major export destination USA, UAE, Bangladesh, Iran and UK. Uses, we know it is a spice. Okay, medicine, anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, digestive and skin treatment. The important compound is called curcumin, and it is one of the important component or important requirement in the traditional medicines like Ayurveda. GI tag regions are Erode in Tamil Nadu and Lakadong in Meghalaya. Emerging trends, organic farming and rising global demand for natural turmeric. Okay. So, see, the basic information related to turmeric have been put into question, and if you have been following the lecture till now, you would see a pattern that the basic questions were asked from the agriculture. It is not something related to some kind of a concept question or some types of some type of question that are little tough to decode. If you see the pattern, those 6-7 questions have been asked in both 2024 and 2025 respectively. If you are seeing the pattern, the questions are very direct and it is talking about the basic knowledge related to the agriculture, mostly the food that we consume on a daily basis. Okay, those were put as a question in the UPSC examination for past 2 years. Okay. Third question, consider the following statements about the Rashtriya Gokul Mission. This scheme becomes very important for your upcoming NABARD grade A examination also. Maybe for your AFO also there might be a question related to Rashtriya Gokul Mission. What UPSC has asked? It is important for the upliftment of rural poor, as majority of low producing indigenous animals are with small and marginal farmers and landless laborers. It was initiated to promote the indigenous cattle and buffalo rearing and conservation in a scientific and holistic manner. The UPSC has just took the objective of this particular scheme and they have given it as a question. It is a very direct question. The answer for this question is option number C, both 1 and 2. Now let us see the important points related to your Rashtriya Gokul Mission. It was launched in the year 2014 December to conserve the indigenous bovine breeds and enhance milk productivity through scientific breeding and management. This is an important aspect. Okay, and coming to the fund allocation, recently the Union Cabinet for financial year 2021 to 2022 to 2025-2026 has given the additional layout of 1000 crores. Okay, and earlier it was 2400 crores. Now with this addition of 1000 crores, the budget allocation for this particular scheme is 3400 crores. Under this revision, what are the important aspect? 30 heifer rearing centers will be established with 35% of cost assistance and 3% of interest subvention on loans for purchasing the high genetic merit of IVF heifers, aiming to encourage the adoption of high yielding breeds. Okay, it is mostly focused on the high yielding milk variety breeds. Okay, and these are all some of the important data related to the milk production, which you can use in your mains answer as well whenever there is a question related to anything related to agriculture or allied sectors. And one important thing is gav chip and mahish chip. This is an important aspect because these are all the genomic chips were indigenously developed to boost the breed development. Okay, what are included in your Rashtriya Gokul Mission? Gokul Grams, Centers of Excellence, and He Pashuhat, platform for germplasm trade, Pashu Sanjeevini Wellness Program, award scheme like Sveno Gopal Ratna and Kamdenu awards, incentivize best practices in the indigenous breed management. Keyword here is this Rashtriya Gokul Mission focuses to conserve the indigenous bovine breeds. Okay, coming to the next question, consider the following fruits: papaya, pineapple, and guava. See, this papaya was in the news, was in the question in your 2024 also. How many of the above were introduced in India by the Portuguese in the 16th and 17th century? As I was telling you earlier, most of the crops that have been introduced in India, which are not native to India, to be specific, have been introduced by Portuguese only. Okay, papaya, pineapple, and guava. You might get confused that guava can be a native species. No, guava is also not a native species of India. The answer for this question is option C, all the three. Now we know European discovery of America. This is just a history, spread of American crops. The Portuguese, as the earliest Europeans in India, introduced several American crops and fruits. Some of the crops are maize, sweet potato, capsicum, and fruits such as pineapple, papaya, sapodilla, and guava were introduced by the Portuguese from the Americans. Okay, pineapple native to America, it was introduced to India by Brazil. Okay, from Brazil by the Portuguese. Okay, papaya also came to India via Philippines and the Malacca Strait. Okay, and guava, it is also native to Central America, and it has been introduced by Portuguese trader in India in the early 17th century. Okay, whenever you are going to see a question related to the crops that have been in your examination, just try to understand the fact that most of the crops which are in India have been introduced by the Portuguese. Okay, most of them are either will be from Central America because they discovered America, so they had more opportunity to explore the country, and they were able to bring in more crops. Okay, so these are all the important points which you have to note it down. Okay, please take a note of that. So there can be a question, there might be a question in 2026 or in your NABARD or AFO or some exams related to agriculture, which would be very important on these lines of the crops which are not native to India, right? So these are all the some of the PYQ questions which I wanted to discuss with you guys. Why? Because as I was telling you earlier, this would give you a roadmap to prepare, to streamline your preparation accordingly for your upcoming examination in the year 2026, because we have seen the weightage is more or less 5 to 6 question each year, starting from 2024 and 2025. Okay, so this is all for this lecture. So revise this lecture once and take a notes of whatever points that I have been discussing for a while, for a while. Okay, so coming to the last leg of this lecture, if you are preparing for your upcoming IBBS AFO 24 IBBS AFO examination, which is scheduled in the month of November, Do consider subscribing the Clarity for Sure's IBBS A4 24/7 test series, where you will be getting a question test daily on a daily basis, where the subject is divided into block wise. Multi-level questions, easy, medium and difficult are given. Time-based QRE practice questions are also given for your phase 1 examination, and we have a weekly full length test. Till now we have completed 23 tests of the full length test. Detailed explanation for that test will also be given, and every Saturday we are giving questions related to current affairs related to agriculture, so that we are leaving no stone unturned for your success for your upcoming IBBS A4 24 IBBS A4 2025 examination. Okay, the link of the test series will be given in the description box, so do see the test series. And if you are looking for an affordable test series, do consider joining Clarity for Sure's IBBS A4 24/7 test series. Okay, so this is all for this lecture, and this is all for today. I hope you enjoy the lecture well. If you have any doubts related to the points which we have been discussing in this lecture, feel free to let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. All the very best. Have a great day.